Okay, this is the next video. I literally just hit the stop button and I hit the start button. So if you were watching the last one, here you go. If you weren't, I'm going to do a little momentary setup so you know what we're talking about. Um, we're currently working on pathfinding for the character, and I mentioned the Dijkstra A star is sort of the standard pathfinding algorithm. But when implementing that, it ended up being a little jagged because sometimes it was a little too tight on how it would, try to navigate around objects, and it was also very robotic, and I didn't like that. So I found that we could, given the design that we had for our scenes, we knew that it was generally there was a very smooth path that you could take from room to room. And so I devised the system, which is work in progress, but I devised the system where you could just draw a basic spline, and that spline was the designer developer approved walkable route. And so the approach is that I think I mentioned before that when you click to walk, it's currently disabled, and that's because we're working on this. Um, without it, you just walk and run into the chair, and that would be the end of it. So pathfinding is the necessary part. I want to be able to click here, and I want her to walk around the table and chairs smoothly and get here. Okay, so the way this is going to work is we see we want to go here. That projected destination in it crosses. There's an intersection with this segment. When that happens, the system takes over and says, "Let me mount or dock with the spline, and then let me find the shortest path." And not always are they circular, so there's a little bit of a graph traversal here, but let me find the shortest path to the destination, even though it may not reach the destination. Let me find the shortest path to the destination and then walk that path. And then once we've reached the shortest path to the destination, dismount the segment and then walk the rest of the way. Because the guarantee is we know that the segment traverses any obstacles. Any path between the segment and the destination is guaranteed to be free and clear, open, you can move, right? So while I don't have that hooked up yet, I wish I did for this demo, it's just not. But what we have is there's a destination, which can I like attach some kind of artwork here, whatever. Okay, so let's say we put the destination over here, and the origin is the character. So when I click on the spline, you kind of already got a preview here because when it kind of does it when I cursor over. But if I highlight, you'll see that. Sorry, I can't keep my cursor. I wish I could point with my finger, but you're not here. Okay, well, what you can see is there's the green spline, sorry, a green line running from the character to the yellow one. And then from the yellow one, there's a red one running to the destination. What this does is it's basically a simple pathfinding that leverages the segment, the spline, as the preferred path instead of using the Dijkstra A star. Let's just, probe around until we find, or let's divide the scene into a grid and probe around until we find a path that works, So this is much better because it allows me or someone else to curate a path that we know is going to be more appropriate. And so it looks more natural. So again, it's not done yet, but here's the theory. I click the, I click the destination, click here, right? And that destination is just a coordinate. And we need to go to that coordinate. So instead of walking there, we simulate it now. This was for debugging purposes, but we simulate it, which is, okay, the Gooch would walk down the green to the yellow. She would then take the shortest path along the yellow and then disconnect from the yellow and walk to the red. And ta-da, she's there. And it works really great. I'm actually very happy with it. I'll hopefully produce another demo once I get the actual clicking linked up. But yeah, so that is the pathfinding. I find this to be a better pathfinding solution than the standard. Let me just let Unity do pathfinding for me, or rolling my own, dividing the scene into a fine grid and probing, until I get to the right place. So yeah, that's that. In the next video, we'll talk about some more geeky things that the game can do, and maybe I'll try to walk around so you can see some more of the rooms. I don't know. All right, next video.